What's up, everybody? Today I'm getting a late start. I had to run up to Cusco and Costa Mesa and pick up some of the remaining parts that I was waiting for, like my sway bars, some under bracing, and my new upper strut bar. Ooh, looking good, looking nice. But I'm hopeful to still be able to pump out this intercooler shroud today. I have my cardboard boxes that I'm going to be using for templates. And I have to take off this strut bar and this hood scoop so that I can get in here and do some measuring easier. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get busy, right? Okay, so the first step is going to be measuring the intercooler. I'm going to measure the inside of the intercooler, and then on the outside here I think it's going to flare out, so I'm not going to measure exact, but I'm planning, basically I'm taking measurements of what I plan to make, and then I'll probably have to go back and change it a couple of times, and that's easy to do with cardboard. You can just cut, tape, paste. It's actually easy, so let's get busy on that. So we're at 20 3/4. So let me trim some cardboard up and we'll start making that shroud. Okay, now I'm going to get a rough estimate on how far away the intercooler is from the actual hood when I close it. So it's about 1 inch on this side and 1.5 inches on this side. So my intercooler's cocked a little bit crooked. Let's see, let's get some rough estimates here. 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches. So it's really high on this back edge here. Let me give you guys a good look at what I see. So I'm gonna have the shroud come straight up here, so the where it touches back here, where it's flat, right behind this ledge of the scoop mounts. So it's flush right back here. So I'm gonna have this go straight across here, and then I'm gonna have it bow out from here. It's gonna angle out to about here. And then underneath here, I'm just gonna have it go straight up to this lip. I'll probably bow it forward a little bit. So it'll bow out here, straight up here, and straight up here with a slight angle so that it hits this inner straight edge. So that's what I'm working with. So now let's just go play around with some cardboard. And we officially have our first template. Well, piece of it. Now let's tape it all together. All right, so let's give this a go. I went ahead and just bent the angle of the dangle, which I knew I was going to need to do. Let's give this a little test fit. So let's close the hood and see what we're working with. Should be pretty close. So now I just gotta basically I need to cut some stuff up, fill some gaps, create some gaps, So now it's just finesse work. Okay, so I've been making little minor changes here and there. And whoa, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my blood. Safe to say that I've put my sweat and blood into this project. So I've made some adjustments. I put some bends in the template. I did go and put some spacers on this side of the intercooler so that it raised it up. So now the intercooler is sitting flush. And once I get all this done, I'll go back and I'll just bend this bracket and lose these spacers. But for now, the intercooler is level, the shroud is even, and now we're gonna close the hood for a test fit. Should go good, it looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna close the hood all the way too this time. Look at that. It's in. Wow. That looks pretty good actually. Here, I'll show you guys. So we have these wing tabs that I put on, and then we also have these extra tabs here that we mounted for the back section here. And if I could put this on one-handed, I'd say that's a pretty good sign. Look at that. I have to say the fitment looks pretty good. Are you guys following me on this? I'm quite impressed. It takes some time. All right, let's close the hood and see what we got here. All right, I'm liking it. Check it out. Takes time. So this is where I got to start like kind of putting it together, where I know I'm going to have to add more material to this edge and have it come out so that it meets up with this edge. Probably have a little bit of material added to here and kind of create a crease right here to where these two meet. And that's the same for this side. And that goes the same up here. I'll have to extend this out a little bit and connect it to this guy. Wish me luck. Whew. Boy, oh boy, it's a lot of work. So I have all the added little tidbits of cardboard now to kind of enclose the shroud. I know it looks kind of janky right now, but it is cardboard. I did bend it back and forth this way, that way. So bear with me. You ready to close the hood? See how this puppy's gonna fit? Well, well, well. What I gather, he's doing pretty good. I like what I see there. I like what I see there. This all fits really good. Like that. That's good clearance. That's good clearance. The only thing I'm worried about is this clearance in the back here. But like I said, once it becomes aluminum, I can bend it better. This is cardboard, so it wants to stick up. Well, I got it pretty close, I have to admit. I went to the blue tape because, you know how I roll. I roll with blue tape. But just dialing it in and finessing here and there. I'm just running out of daylight, so I'm gonna finish this up tomorrow. All right, so I got started a little bit earlier today, and I broke down the old template, which is all right here. And all these pieces that I had taped on, I basically made new pieces. I redesigned these side pieces for the intercooler because it had too many bends, and I wouldn't be able to mount. Once I folded it over, I wouldn't be able to mount it. So I redesigned it a little bit more simple and basic of a design. And this is what I came up with, is just one bend up, one bend here on this top piece, one bend on this piece, and then I'll take this. So this is the template here, the new one. All I have to do is design these tabs under here, and what I'm going to do is extend this piece here and make a tab that comes all the way down to here, and the same with this one, have a piece that comes all the way down to here. And then when I screw this into the intercooler, it'll just be a permanent fixture to the intercooler. And then I'll take it, lay it flat on this sheet of aluminum, then use these shears and this little clamp to make all the bends. Takes a lot of time to do this stuff. I really racked my brains on this basic, more simple template this morning. Spent about an hour or so redesigning it, just making it easier to put on. So now let's lay that down on this aluminum, trace it out, and start cutting. Got my sheet of aluminum. Got my first template I'm going to cut out. So I tried to use a jigsaw. It's just too much vibration, too slow. But the shears are like butter. See? Okay, we'll probably just fast forward all this and I'll show you when I'm done. Now I'm just marking where I'm going to do my bends. I hand bend everything, so it takes some time. There's that T word again, time. Little test fit. So that's a test fit right there. That looks mighty nice. I tell you that. I like it. I like it a lot. Holy moly, that's a lot of work. So I got these last two pieces to bend up. It's looking pretty good. Looking for this guy to meet up with this guy and throw a party. These guys need to throw a party right here. So actually it needs to go up a little bit more. See you at the club. Boom. They're partying now. Party. Alright, let's get this guy in the party. Boom. I think it's good for a test fit. Well, here's the true test right here. Oh boy. Ooh, it's close. It's not all the way closed yet. I'm already getting some touching. I have to flatten out this back. This is looking pretty good right here. You guys want me to explain to you what I need to do, or you want me just to do it? Alright, so if I take some of this curvature right here out, this will sit back further, and that'll fix that little bit of gap I have there. It'll also sit better here. Now, if I flatten this edge out so that this is less of an angle here and flatten it out, and then also flatten this out, that'll fix my height issue. So I'm gonna go do that now. Test fit 1,000,001. This will all sit nice and flush there. This will sit nice and flush here. Nice and flush here. Straight, straight. All right, let's close the hood, see what we have. Should I just drop it? I'm so confident right now. Bam! Look at that. Get in there, boy. Get in there. Look at that. Look at those lines. Ooh, she's so sexy. Mmm. Mmm. It's game time. For the homies. Ah, yeah. Gonna go strong in the fourth quarter now. All right, so I'm gonna trim a little bit of this off. So I have everything test fitted, and I took a hand file because I don't have a belt sander, of course, at home. So I took a hand file and I went over all the panels, so took away all the edges. Now I'm gonna go and scuff them up. Then I'm gonna spray them with some self-etching. This is for raw metal so that the paint or primer sticks to it. So you don't need to put like 1 or 2 coats on. You just need to dust it on just to cover the bare metal. And then I have some semi-gloss black engine enamel. So it's good for high heat, up to 500. So, all right, let's get the scuffing. Put the camera down, Kai, shake these cans up. Well, what do you know? There goes the sunshine again. And we are not in prime spray paint zone. Everything's cleaned off, scuffed up, but I am sensing a bit of a dew factor. Damn! So we're just gonna dust on this self-etching primer. That looks to be laying pretty good. I don't see any fish eyes. Let's dust this black on. The panels are all painted matte black. I went ahead and I put some double-sided tape on the panels and attached them right to the intercooler to where they're actually going to be mounted. And I added some of this foam strip. I added some of this to both sides to kind of seal it. And I went ahead and marked off where I'm going to drill the holes on these side pieces, because I'm going to attach this directly to the intercooler just to make it as clean as possible looking. So it'll just have 2 screws here, and as you can see, it's all sealed up really well just by how it's sitting. I'm super stoked on this. I think it turned out great. You know, just working with what I had here around the garage, hand bending everything, and basically just taking a flat piece of sheet metal and turning it into something more useful. All right, so now I'm gonna drill these holes out and we're gonna mount this permanently to the intercooler. Wow, there she is. One side done. That's my finger. I didn't want to go through the hose, so I went through my finger instead. Here we have it. Yeah, baby, built not bought. Look at that. That's how we do it. Straight out of the garage. All right, now that the shroud is mounted to the intercooler, it's time to add the piping. I picked this up from the local auto parts store. I already trimmed it all up, so we're just gonna go ahead and install these now. I'm quite happy with the outcome of this. Voila. Have a gander at that, homies. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. All right, check this out. Look at this seal. This doesn't happen just by luck. This took a lot of measuring, a lot of ups and downs with the hood, but check out the fitment. Totally sealed all the way around. That is what you can do on your own. I just wanted to show you guys what you can do with just putting your mind to something, going to get the right materials, not necessarily having the right tools for the job, but having something that works. This was all done out of my garage. It took a little while to do, but point being said, you can do this yourself. It just takes time and energy and a lot of patience. But I gotta say, I'm so stoked with the outcome. I can't express to you how stoked I am about this. I think it turned out beautiful. That's it for this episode of Built Not Bought. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this shroud here in my garage at home. I didn't have all the right tools, but I made it happen. And that's my point. You guys can do the same thing. If you can think it, you can build it. Coming up next, I will be adding KW suspension to the bucket and all those Cusco bits. I have a little dilemma. I need to replace the head gasket on my 2.5 RS, but since I have to pull the motor, should I just do a WRX swap? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Also remember, if you want to purchase this Built Not Bought merch, it's available at BuckYeah81.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.